Alright, this is Tonekid Art. And the first thing that I would say is you've got a decent idea of proportions and tonal value as well as like your shading and stuff goes. So you have a decent idea there. And the reason it looks awkward is because of one, the perspective, and two, kind of the anatomy. So what I mean by that is simply, let me just make sure I'm in. Yep. Okay. So if you build out the first thing is if you build out your brush here. So the neck comes down like so. The neck is not centered, and that gives you some issues right there. And then on top of that, when you build out the torso, your torso is awkward in an awkward location because everything is adjusted and moved over accordingly. Um, so in all reality, what this should be is here is your head, your torso comes down, the breasts are going to overlap because they come out. So this comes over here, this comes over here, and then the rib cage coming in like so, and then the hips kind of, you have a twist up here where this over here is a little bit more straight on, so that causes another issue as well. So you want to maintain that aspect, and then that's going to lead you to this leg here, which is in a decent spot, so, but don't flatten it out a little bit more so it doesn't look like you're looking at the tops of the feet. Even if they're on the high heels, you still can kind of shorten that a little bit. And then here, you want to get that perspective. So if your perspective is midline here, and this is like so, this needs to be kind of up a little bit more. So the kneecap would be up like that. And then that brings this into more of a kind of a twisted foot, like so. And so that's part of the big issue that you're having is you're not getting that perspective in there. This arm is a little bit too long, things like that. So it feels awkward as far as that goes. So what I would do is build in the arm like so, forearm, which is okay, and then like that, and then this is going to come back up here and stop right around there. So the helmet needs to be pushed up a little bit more. So that's kind of what's wrong with this pose here. Same thing going on with this pose is, this foot on a perspective level is not on the right perspective as everything else. So you need to kind of adjust it, shorten that leg a little bit. And then this looks odd because of the way the elbow comes backwards here. It actually should be part of the body here should be overlapping it, and it should come back down, and I shouldn't see that much of it. So that's why this looks odd too. And then keep a consistent shoulders on your torso. So, and the other thing I would tell you to do is to exaggerate a little bit more. Um, like because this is crooked and you've got the elbow here like so, because that's going on like that, then what you want to do is you want to emphasize this more on this side, but you also are going to emphasize it over here as well. And that's going to help balance that out and make it look a little bit better. But I think the big thing is that your proportions of your perspective aren't in order. Simple things like, this hand is too long, this foot is too long, the chest is kind of pushed to the side. This is actually going forward, vertical when it should be twisting more, and then the breasts are in the kind of the whole torso and everything needs to be adjusted accordingly. So that's something that I would definitely take a look at. You could probably fix it by just grabbing some pieces and separating things out and changing, shortening, things like that and getting it in there, and that's probably the fastest fix. All right, I hope that helps.